Hi everyone, Sid here, back in the bathroom, ready for another shaving rant. The worst of my cold is behind me, so that's cool, but this part of my face is still pretty messed up from the abusive nose blowing, so I will help it along by healing with today's lather, which will be tangerine grapefruit tallow-based soap, and I will be customizing it with lavender and jasmine. I actually splurged on 2 vials of essential oils this weekend. Jasmine is one of them. Jasmine's expensive. I paid more for the 5 milliliter vial of jasmine than I did for the 15 milliliter vial of patchouli, but I know jasmine can be good. So enough of that. Oh, before I forget, the aftershave will still be bobanam. So yeah, I'd like to discuss how to keep conversations honest. I think today is more of a practical rant. It's not like some huge social issue or anything like that, but I think that it's important to just know when a conversation is not being honest. So I'll start by defining what an honest conversation is. This is a loose definition. It's not exhaustive, but I define an honest conversation as an open and curious exchange of ideas. Open and honest exchange of ideas. Basically, the glue that holds an honest conversation together is curiosity. You really have to care about what's going on with the other person. So, in order to keep conversation honest, the first step is to tell when it's not being honest. Wait for it, wait for it. Didn't make the sound I was hoping for, but anyway. Today I'm going to talk about the 3 most common, well, not necessarily most common, but the 3 first ones that came to mind when I was thinking of ways of telling that a conversation isn't honest. This is, of course, a moment-by-moment thing, because, I'll get into the why in a moment. So the first clue that the conversation you're not in, the conversation you're in isn't honest, or at least that the person you're conversing with isn't engaging in open conversation, or doesn't give a fuck what you say, is obviously interrupting. Obviously, if you're constantly interrupting the person you're talking to, you clearly don't give a fuck what the person is thinking or what's going on with them. So obviously you didn't need this video to tell that when someone is constantly interrupting you, that the person isn't engaging in honest conversation. You know, the word "let me finish" is a hallmark of heated and animated discussions, and you know, me working with the people, the most neutral and bland way that I've come up with to say "let me finish" to an angry client is either, the most frequent form is I really want to finish my sentence, or to stress it more, it's really important that I finish my sentence. So another way of telling that you're not in an honest conversation is when the person you're speaking to responds as if you hadn't said anything. So a frequent example of this is, let's say I'm talking with you, and you say something, and then I say something, and then you just repeat what you just said. That is kind of a clue that, at least in the moment, you're not really conversing honestly with me. So another example of this is when you respond with like a non sequitur or something that has absolutely nothing to do with what I just said. So let's say, I don't know, we're talking about Superman movies, and then we get on this thread about Christopher Reeves, and then I say, you know, it's really a shame what happened to him, the way he ended his life or whatever, and you say, ooh, I wanna, I don't know, let's watch this funny cat playing the piano or whatever. That has nothing to do with what I said, and the way, how can I say this? Basically, the either repeating what you just said, or just going in a non sequitur is kind of a clue that in the moment you're not deciding to converse honestly. Now the third one, which I think is a classic, and it's one of these things that people often don't know how to respond to this when it happens, but I think that the key element in dealing with this is just recognizing that when a person that you're talking to does this, they're not conversing honestly. They don't really give a fuck what you think. This is kind of a twisted and more subtle form of interrupting you and just, you know, cutting you off. And I will demonstrate it right now. So basically, it doesn't really matter what the person says. So you say something, and then the person says, so the old classic of saying something and just walking away, not giving you a chance to respond. So most of the time, people feel kind of confused, and the anxiety that most people feel when that happens is basically a lack of clarity as far as the lack of honesty of the person who just said that. I think that that one isn't so obvious, because when someone's interrupting you, you can kind of say, let me finish. But when a person just says something and walks away, not giving you an opportunity to respond, you're kind of caught in that crossroads where you're like, do I pursue or do I not? So from here we go to what to do when you realize that the person you're speaking to isn't conversing honestly. And I think, as with most things in human relationships, the go-to strategy is to just call the person on it, to proverbially throw talcum powder on the specter to expose it, because and this is another thing that I wanted to mention. I don't think perfection is a reasonable standard for human beings, because we're not perfect. None of us are, and sometimes the person that you're speaking to, you know, people do stupid shit when they're angry, and by exposing it and saying, let me finish, or hey, you just repeated what you just said, as if what I just said had no bearing on you. Why are you just repeating it, or why are you suddenly changing the topic? And that is a key way, as usual, that's why I always go to that first, of distinguishing someone who's truly caught up in the moment and not in pure possession of their faculties, from someone who's just being a manipulative dick. So that is basically it. I think that to keep conversations honest, you have to be curious. that's kind of the prerequisite of an open and honest exchange of ideas. So that includes being curious about what just happened. If someone is interrupting you, or just not really responding in a way, or but with the walk away, that really what I usually do, because the whole point of a walk away is that I can't throw the talcum powder and expose the specter without pursuing the person. Usually what I do is just write off whatever was said as just pure bullshit manipulation. But that really is it's a tougher spot to be in, since you can't continue the conversation without pursuing, so you're kind of playing into the other person's hand. But if you pursue and then throw the talcum powder, again, you'll be able to tell from the reaction. Either the person will be curious about why did I do that, or they'll double down, or they'll slide around and try to put it on you or whatever, do the bullshit that manipulative dicks do. So that's it for today. Thank you very much for watching. Feel free to call me out if there's anything I said that made no sense. Comment in the comments below. Like, share, subscribe on YouTube, and follow me on Twitter @SidRockMTL. Thank you very much. I'll see you in the next shave.